Hello, happy Tuesday, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to Delve Requisite. We are going to jump pretty much right into it tonight, as we left our party last week in the bottom level, one of the bottom levels of the Mithlindian Royal Library. Alar, Brom, and Walter, accompanied by Tori and Idrian, have rushed off on the trail of two of the Fools Errant who have seemed to strike out on their own for some unknown mission or purpose in the middle of the night. Tori and Idrian arriving, banging on the door, demanding to know where all of the members of the party are, and when discovering that Fidget and Nula are missing, giving the remaining members a vague but dire warning that Nula and Fidget being gone at that particular moment in time was a majorly bad sign, asking them to trust him that his sort of mysterious ways of knowings were, in this instance, not intended to lead them astray, despite perhaps coming across as if he's been toying with them a little bit in their interactions with him so far. Some of his sort of his deadly serious nature and his dropping of the kind of smug act seems to have alerted the group to the severity of the situation, at least in his mind, and they agreed to, following Fidget's divination magic, Tori and Adrian and the wizards being able to recreate sort of a divination spell that Fidget had cast. The party followed the trail of what they believed to have been Fidget striking out for some purpose in the night, and then Nula following him. They followed that trail to the home of longtime sort of acquaintance of the party over the past several months. One Bertram Flick, an archivist at the Mithlindian Royal Library, who had been working first with Kel, and then sort of with Fidget, sort of with the rest of the party on some mysterious goings-on within the archive's record-keeping system, specifically dealing with the disappearance of any literature or serious scholarly writing having to do with dragons of any kind. They did find that there was evidence that Nula and Fidget had been present at the dwelling, and they did find that Bertram Flick had been murdered in his home. They asked him some questions via Walter's Speak with Dead spell, found out that essentially the group had been ambushed. Some sort of a fuming compound had been thrown into the room. The fumes off of this burning passel of sort of herbs and various compounds that Walter or Alar found the remnants of, knocking everybody out. And then, based on questioning a nearby vagrant, they determined that a group of individuals matching the description of archivists from the Royal Library, but wearing strange masks, were the ones who came in and carried out Fidget and Nula, threw them in a wagon, and took them off somewhere. Tori and Idrian's prompting, the group made a break for the library, going immediately there, disguising themselves as archivists, and breaking in at essentially first light before the library even has opened for the day. They traveled through the library, disabling a pair of these archivists' in their path and making their way down with the help of some divination magic on Tori and Idrian's part through the labyrinth of the lower portions of the library and to a very deep sub-basement where they burst into a room only to be held at bay by a magical barrier, a wall of force, where they could do nothing but look on as a handful of these archivists with these strange dragon masks, as well as seemingly of their own volition, Nula and Fidget, cast a teleportation spell and disappeared. As the wall of force faded, the group now finds themselves facing off against the remaining archivists slash cultists slash whatever it is that these individuals are in the deep sublevels of the Mithlindian Royal Library's basement. Let me see if I can do this. I didn't actually think to check this beforehand. Oh, good, it's already working. I will bring our viewers over to the library scene before us, and we did a little bit of prep work here. I have Walter, I have Alar, I need Brahm to roll me an initiative.
$17.
17 for Brahm. Okay.
I did quickly look through last week's thing. It looks like we did start combat, so we might have dropped that one dude you were talking about, but at this point, like, I think it was only one round at most that we went.
Right. Okay.
I legitimately don't recall. Spinning in a circle.
These guys.
It is now absolutely storming here, so if
I
drop out of the Discord, it's because I lost
We
power.
are supposed to have some weather, so if we suddenly disappear, we apologize, and we'll have to catch up another time. But hopefully,
yeah, Russ, you're breaking up a little bit at the beginning of your talking.
It has already begun.
It has begun. Okay.
Thanks, internet.
It's weather.
Alrighty. We will begin as the group of you spring into action as the wall of force comes down. The archivists with their masks moving into take up defensive positions behind, covering behind various turned over and sort of thrown asunder bookshelves and bookcases that are strewn about the lower level here, making ready for your guys' approach. And the first to react is going to be Walter.
All right. I'm going to take this guy and this guy. I'm going to blast them both.
Okay, 2 Eldritch Blasts.
1 beam each. Beam 1 is a nat 1. Beam 2 is a 20 to hit.
20 will hit.
So I did a left-right. So left missed, right hit.
Okay.
And then I do 7 points of force damage to this dude right here.
Alrighty. So you.
And he's gonna launch. He's gonna.
Sure.
Go
he
back
doesn't really
as far
go
as he
far.
can.
He just basically what happens is you step around the corner, launch out these 2 Eldritch Blasts. The first cultist kind of like flattens himself against the bookshelf, and the Eldritch Blast whizzes past. The second one is not quite so lucky, as he moves to kind of hide behind his, but part of the Eldritch Blast kind of like catches his shoulder, and he's just like thumped. There's a heavy kind of as he hits the bookshelf behind him. You kind of hear beneath his mask, you hear like as the wind goes out of him. But he kind of like moves upright and hunkers back behind this bookshelf.
Gotcha. And then I'll step back a bit to get out of line of sight, and then let everybody else do their thing.
Torian Idrian is next in the initiative. He is going to... he sort of steps... Oh, he falls into the floor. He kind of steps around you guys quickly, sort of leans his head into the room. He pulls out from wherever it is he's keeping his like spell component pouch. He pulls out this sort of like what looks like a small kind of like tuft of like fur or hair. It's just this little like pluck of hair between his fingers. He mutters an incantation, and puts like two fingers over one of his eyes like this as he like does the incantation, and you see the little clump of fur in his fingers like ignites and burns up, and then he steps back around the corner, kind of like next to you, Walter. And as he does, he sort of like, you see him kind of looking in your direction, though he seems to be almost looking like into the middle distance. You see one of his eyes has turned like solid white.
Oh.
And he essentially begins relaying information to you guys. He just starts talking. He basically says, there are 3 on the front lines, the 2 that Walter shot at, plus another one hiding behind the bookshelf, directly to our right as we come in the doorway. One more is the most unguarded. And just sort of he just kind of like begins rattling off as much information about the positions of these guys and their movements. Like telling you where they are in the room, and sort of just feeding you like tactical information.
Gotcha.
So that is going to be his turn, and then Brahm, you are the next to react.
How big are these squares?
5 foot.
Okay, so those 3 dudes, this group of 3 dudes,
Sure.
Like, are they within 20 feet of each other?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I am going to take out the Bandalore.
Okay. The
And
Bandor comes out.
Yes, also known as Bianca. And I'm going... Let me pop it up. I'm going to cast Entangle on, like, the 20-foot square that they're in.
So is it a 20-foot cube, or is it a circle?
20-foot square, starting from the point within range.
Okay, so if you're putting it, like, here, it would go 5, 10... it would go...
Wherever it is to get, like, all 3 of those.
10, 15, 20. So you can hit a square, like... I don't know if that actually... Does this show up for you if I drag this square?
It's not currently showing up.
I can see your arrow.
Okay, the people...
Just wherever that encapsulates all 3.
Yeah, you can definitely hit these 3 guys. So basically, like...
Yeah.
Oh, wait, here. You are able to entangle a space there. So you strike a chord on the Bandor. What does Brahm's version of entangle look like? Can be vines as the thing describes. It can be something else if you want it to
be. It's gonna be, instead of vines, I think, like music strings, like, metal,
like guitar strings, basically.
Yeah, guitar strings, violin string, that kind of sort of thing.
Okay.
Ooh, fancy.
So, like, all of this like paper that's all scattered around on the ground from all these knocked over bookshelves and stuff sort of like begins to like writhe and move around, and creates this sort of like nest of just like crumpled up rumpled papers on the ground, and then these like like metallic sort of guitar strings just spring up and begin to like wrap around wrists and waists and legs and feet, as these guys are going to try and make a save to first one gets a 17, the second one gets a 6, and the third one gets an 11. So I'm gonna I think your spell save is probably a 13 or 14, right?
I think it's a 14 or maybe a 15 now. Let me check.
Okay, I'm fairly confident like one.
It's now a
save,
15.
Fail. Okay.
It's now a 15.
So this guy saves. He is not entangled. These guys are entangled.
Okay.
Which should mean, if I can open my spell here.
See your square.
Yeah, I drew a shape.
Gotcha.
I want to say they are grappled. Are they restrained? Restrained. Okay. Alrighty, so they are restrained. So they're gonna have some trouble moving. They're also gonna be easier to hit for those of you making attacks, and they're gonna have some trouble with their attacks as well. Anything else, Brom?
Where does the force field begin?
It's gone now. It was like basically blocking, just like this was sealed by force field. You guys basically just waited it out because it only lasts a specific amount of time, and when the spell ended, it disappeared. So now that's just an open doorway into this room.
Okay, the only thing I'm gonna do is if I can manage to do this, I'm gonna move in.
Okay.
There.
Alrighty, so Brahm steps into the room. The next to act is going to be the cultists, the archivists. So they're going to start. I'll have these two make their saves to try and get out of the entangle. They both fail. This one is going to move out of the range there, and then so that costs 10 feet of movement. 15, 20, 25, 30. He'll take cover back there. 5. Here you go. We'll put you in a square. Now you're in a square. So this guy will step up to here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's gonna have to move through this. I don't think he's stuck. Turns his ground into difficult terrain. Creature in the area when you cast. Okay. So he's just gonna go 10, 20, 30. He just starts wading his way through this like barbed wire and sheet music patch that you've created on the ground as he starts to like force his way towards you, drawing out a scimitar. These two back here. So these are going to start to move. So as they do this, Alar and Walter, Idrian is basically just standing on this side of the door. He basically tells you, one of the archivists has just moved up to just on the right side of the door. Be cautious when you move through. Several of the others seem to be moving towards the back of the room, where the one that I presume to be their leader is. And as he sort of continues his tactical narrative, he's basically saying they seem to be splitting their ranks. There's less of them up at the front. You can probably engage more safely now. This one is going to take an attack against Brahm. Brahm, that is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, that is going to be 6 points of slashing damage. As this masked archivist basically pulls out this sort of long, ornate scimitar and slashes it at you. That is going to be everything that they do for now, which is going to bring us to this individual all the way back here. He is going to he takes off his mask.
1 second, please.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay. He takes off his mask. Brahm, you can probably make out his features sort of from where you're standing. The others of you still in the hallway don't necessarily see this. But you actually recognize him. He has sort of a long, intelligent, angular face. He has that neatly trimmed to a point intellectual's beard, though the sort of kindly twinkle that was in his eye when you met him the first time is no longer here, as you recognize High Archivist Marcus, whose first name eludes me at the moment, but he does have one. He kind of pulls this mask away, and he's sort of surveying the room here, and he is going to cast a spell. This is probably not a spell that any of you are familiar with, but he basically holds out a hand to stop this cultist who's running past him, so that he kind of waits where he is, and he takes his he takes both of his hands and he basically throws them out like this, and this sort of dome appears over the three of these individuals back here. Sort of vaguely shimmering barrier appears surrounding them. And that is what he's going to do for his turn. And as he sort of sees Brahm and sees this spell being cast, he kind of calls out across the room. He says, "You're too late. You have no business here anyway. Your companions have seen a higher reason and have agreed to see what we have to show them. Leave now and this can all be forgotten." And then it is Aylar's turn.
Alright, 5, 10, 15. And I'm going to take a hand crossbow shot at the one that Brahm is engaged with.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
15 will hit.
E. That, and how many? Forget how much sneak attack. Oh, add 4 of those. 7 plus. So that one takes 21 points of piercing damage.
This one here?
Yep.
Okay, so basically Brahm it's a short bow?
Hand crossbow.
Hand crossbow. A hand crossbow bolt basically just whizzes over your shoulder and just into this guy's throat, right beneath his dragon mask, and he kind of like his scimitar falls to the ground, clattering, and he just kind of slumps sideways into the bookshelf next to him, and then falls down to the ground, dead.
I put away the hand crossbow and I draw my rapier and turn to confront the one that's by the entrance over here.
Alrighty. Last but not least. 10, 15, 20, 25. I can really get through there. This guy's going to start moving this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. Does a 14 connect with Alar?
Right on the nose.
Okay. So this individual here, you see that his mask is a little bit more ornate than the sort of the baseline draconic mask that the rest of these guys are wearing. He steps forward and he raises a hand in your direction, Alar, and a bolt of like flaming energy just lances across the distance and strikes you, dealing
uncanny dodge.
Okay. Where's the damage here? Alrighty. You will take 3 points of damage after your dodge. Fire damage. So he casts this this spell in your sort of in your direction. And you are slightly singed. The third one is back there. Does this guy have line of sight? No. Okay. That is their turn, which brings us back to the top of the order, and Walter.
Alright, I'm gonna step out.
Okay.
And we're going to see the fresh face here, which I assume Tori and Ojima would have mentioned.
He basically
that
told you that he came around the corner.
I'm gonna turn around and just double blast him with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, roll the hit.
I can see him pretty clearly from this standpoint, so let's hope they both hit. Fucking really. 8 and 14.
No, and on the second one it flies true, but this individual throws both of his hands out in front of him, and a magical barrier springs up between him and your Eldritch Blast. The Eldritch Blast shatters off of the shield and dissipates harmlessly around him.
Oh, clever. I'm going to basically step back behind cover.
Okay.
Yep, that's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Next up, Paradise.
Ready. Torian Idrian is going to move into the room. 5, 10, 15. Actually, he's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That way. And he is going to cast... he's going to cast a magic missile. He's going to cast a magic missile at...
8th level.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody dies. Oh, jeez.
He'll cast a 2nd level magic missile. So... he is going to shoot 4 darts, right? Yeah. So he's going to create 4 darts of magical energy. He just puts both of his hands up, and you see these sort of like brilliant little points of light form in front of each of his hands. And then these 4 darts, 2 apiece, streak from his hands into this guy and into this guy. So the first guy is going to take 2, 5, 7 points of damage, force damage from that, in addition to what he already took from Walter's Eldritch Blast before. The magic missile just like just a 1-2 punch, like chest square in the face, hits this guy, and he just crumples backwards and is incapacitated, killed. The second guy is going to take 6 points of force damage, and he is kind of staggered a little bit, but he is still on his feet. That is Torian's turn. He will make a... he's continuing to kind of speak to you guys as he moves into the room. He does say to you guys, he says, that dome of energy that the man in the back has created around him and the other two, I believe, is only intended to keep out magical effects. Your mundane abilities and your physical bodies should be able to pass through it, no problem. And
Good
that
to
is
know.
his turn, and it is Brahm's go.
Okay. Which are the guys that's still left in the block still entangled?
This guy is entangled. This guy is not. This guy moved into the... he's just like sort of wading through it. But that guy is entangled.
Okay, so the other guy got out.
Yes. Well, he didn't get out so much as he got shot in the face by magic missiles and died.
Oh, he's a dead body.
He got out the old-fashioned way.
There was 3 guys in it originally.
Yeah.
One of them never got entangled. He saved. The 2 that got entangled was this guy and the guy that was here who just died.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking that guy was this guy.
This guy moved it. These guys like moved into this space.
So the guy that's still entangled, I'm going to cast, let's see, Cure Wounds. No. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at third. Man, do I want to blow third? At 2nd level.
Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level. He gets a nat 1 on his saving throw.
Oh, good. Okay, well. So I get to roll 3d6 psychic damage.
He gets a permanent madness.
Oh, that one of those was a d8.
Oh no.
Well, I rolled a 4, 5, 6. All in order.
Okay. You basically lock eyes with this individual from across the room. You see his eyes beneath the eye holes of this dragon mask. Idrian and Alar, you guys are basically close enough that you hear you can just sort of hear Brahm like sub-vocalizing while looking out in the direction of this individual inside his like entanglement patch of like papers and guitar wires. And as he just sort of begins to utter these sub-vocalized phrases, you see the archivist like full on panics, and he tries to like just bolt and like flee from Brahm, but all of the wires that have entangled him like kind of keep him in place, and he like pulls himself too hard against the restraints and ends up losing his balance, and he basically topples forward, and you guys just hear like as he cracks his head like right on the corner of this bookcase, and you just hear him sort of like hit the ground and stop moving.
Good.
All right, anything else, Brom?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Alrighty.
Actually, I will. I'll move. Slightly behind. Well, not on top of it. Behind this bookcase for partial cover, for full cover from those guys at least, maybe.
Okay. Alrighty. This guy, bop, bop, and this guy, 10, 15. These two guys both move up towards Alar, and they're both going to take swings with their swords. The first one is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
The second one is a 5, so only one of them will successfully hit you.
Okay.
4 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Then where are we at here? 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then 5, 10, 15 would be a dash, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright, so these guys begin running down this way. That is their full turn, which is going to bring us to High Archivist Marcus back there, who is going to cast another spell.
Which one of these guys is he?
He's this guy, all the way back here.
One in the middle. Okay.
Yeah. Just do some measuring real quick. 5, 10. Yes. Okay. Alar,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Huh. Okay. 17.
What is the mark here? Is a good question for me to find out.
Also, if it's a sleep effect, it would not work automatically.
It is not a sleep.
And if it's a charm effect, I have advantage.
Oh, hey, that's fun. No, it's neither of those.
Okay.
You're okay though. You do make the save. He sort of like casts his hand in your direction, like traces like a sigil in the air, and then makes this motion as if like casting you aside. And you kind of feel like you like feel all of your senses get a little fuzzy for a second, but you nothing happens, and you kind of see him from across the room like. Ugh. That is his turn, which will bring us to Alar.
Okay. Let's see. I will attack the one who is closer to the entangled square.
Okay.
With the rapier and casting Booming Blade. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So, takes 11 points of piercing damage and 5 points of thunder damage.
Okay, so you follow up Tori and Adrian's two magic missiles that plunked into this guy, and basically you just Zorro him right up. You slice into him, and he falls down, chopped up, and is dead. Anything else?
I will. Let me see. Will that get me out of his line of 5, 10, 15? I will get out of immediate line of sight of. I think that'll put me out of line of sight of this one.
Yeah, you're pretty much behind that bookshelf.
Okay.
Alrighty, good. All right. Then it is these guys' turn. So 5, 10.
Ah, crap.
He will step here. He's going to do the same thing as before. He's going to shoot a firebolt in your direction. I think that's a 14. That's a 15 hit. So I believe that will.
That'll hit.
Oh, as I throw my d6 on the floor. That is going to be 6 points, 5 points. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled the wrong damage dice. Maybe it'll be less.
Yeah, okay.
It's not. It's more. It's 10.
All right. Uncanny dodge.
You take 5 points of fire damage in that case. Alrighty. And then he is going to pull a Walter and step back behind cover.
Hey, spellcaster's got a spellcaster.
Yeah. Let's see. This guy is going to 5, 10 step like this. Do the same thing to Brahm. Shoot a firebolt in your direction. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Yep.
And will deal.
Bart, I don't know what you had to ask.
6 points of fire damage. And hits you with this. that, I think, is their turn, unless... What's the range on this? Oh, hey, that's fun. He actually can't see anybody, though, so the third guy is not going to do anything. He's going to hold his action. And that will be their turn, which brings us to the top of the order. Walter, it is your turn again.
All right. I'm going to step out, realize there's somebody standing immediately in front of me, and pull out Old Faithful.
Alrighty.
And he's going to get shillelagh shoveled.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll the hit.
13.
13 will hit. Yes.
He takes 4 points of force damage.
You step around the corner, clang him with the shovel. He sort of staggers forward, and turns, realizing you've kind of stepped out to engage him.
I guess there's no point in me moving back, because I think that might provoke. So I will stay where I'm at.
Okay. Then that will bring us to Torian Idrian's turn. Torian Idrian is going to step this way. And he is going to cast... Lightning Bolt. And these guys come charging down this aisle at him. He sort of like sidesteps in. He goes, and then just points out a hand, and his like two fingertips discharges this lightning bolt down the center of the aisle here. They are going to make a natural 1 and a 5 as saves. Not going to roll damage. They turn into crispy skeletons. They are very dead. So you guys basically, like, the whole room goes like electric blue for a second as this like lightning bolt comes out of Torian Idrian. It's very reminiscent of like the old fidget special.
That looks like a line.
And you hear two vague like thumps from halfway down this row of books over here, and then he just sort of steps back up over here. And he goes, that side's clear.
Thanks.
Alrighty, that is his turn. Brahm, you are up.
Okay.
I believe you can dispel that patch of whatever anytime you want if it's like hindering you from progressing. Like if you need to move up.
Yeah.
Just so you're not.
Would it have disappeared after I cast Dissonant Whispers? Is it?
Dissonant Whispers is not a concentration, and I don't think Entangle is either. Oh, a concentration.
Okay.
You have not cast a concentration spell yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll dismiss that.
Okay. Here's the trick.
Is that an action?
Do I have the ability to get rid of that?
To remove that?
We don't.
We could just pretend it's not there.
We can pretend it's not there. Erase. Hell yeah! All right.
Hey.
So the kind of the guitar wires sort of dissipate, and the roiling papers kind of rustle to a stop and just settle in this patch of area.
So these blocks, each one of these blocks is 5 feet?
5 foot. Yep.
Okay. So, Archivist, High Archivist, Market, whatever whatever. He's definitely within 120 feet.
He is within 120 feet. He is inside that shimmering dome that Idrian warned you is specifically intended to block spell effects.
Arrows are not a spell effect.
Arrows are not a spell effect.
Yeah.
Just to remind you of the information.
And the two guys next to him are also in
They are also inside it, yes.
Okay, there's literally nothing I could do then that's not a spell to them. I'm going to 10, 15, 25. Okay. Then this gentleman right here.
Yep.
I'm going to cast Crown of Madness.
Okay. Needs to make a save, right? Whew, the ones are flowing today for these enemies. You failed.
I've gotten several, so it's fine.
Where is Crown of Madness? Okay. Okay. So, yeah, he's got his crown, his burning crown appears, and he failed to save.
Did.
So, nothing happens till my next turn to that guy.
Okay. So you is this a touch spell?
I don't
You
know.
have to touch him for that?
No,
No.
it's a range.
Oh, okay.
No, I just was moving
You
up
just
as
did it
well
as
as.
So you sort of rush
Yeah.
up towards him and you like cast out this spell, and this like wreath of like spiked metal kind of just appears encircling this guy's head, and you see his eyes kind of glaze over and then get really wild. As
Actually,
you sort of rush in his direction.
On his next turn, he's gonna have to make an attack at whoever I choose.
Okay.
I don't know if that means I can make him run toward the guy.
So
he has to attack.
So the specific text of Crown of Madness is the charmed target must use its action before moving on each of its turns, and to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose. It can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature or if there are none within its reach. So, like, it can attack you and you can hold him there, or it can act of its own volition.
The only other time I used the spell, it failed. So.
Alrighty. Well, it is the cultist's turn, which would be.
Oh, actually, it can't attack you.
Okay, well, you've locked him down.
It's charmed,
right?
And if you give it no instructions, it can act freely, but it is still charmed by you.
This cultist is going to miss Alar with his scimitar as he kind of swings it. And that will be it for the cultist, because the other one is over there by the High Archivist and not doing anything yet.
Okay.
These are relevant points for your spell.
Does bring us to our High Archivist friend.
Okay.
He is going to do the same thing he did a second ago, though. Brahm, he's now looking at you, so I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
That's going to be a 19.
Okay, so same thing. He holds out his hand. He makes this series of arcane gestures, and then he makes this motion as if he's like casting you aside, and you feel a little funny for a second, but nothing happens, and you see like he kind of grinds his teeth in frustration as he calls out across there, and he says, "This is senseless. They're already gone. They wanted to go. They're better off. Leave. You have no business here." And that is the end of his turn, which will bring us to Alar.
Okay. gonna stab the dude in front of me. That's a 15 to hit.
Yep.
And because he's engaged, sneak attack.
I helped.
Yes, you contributed.
Hit him in the face with a shovel. Stab him in the back with the blade.
So that is a grand total of 16 points of damage. Piercing.
Okay, he is very much dead. You just run him through. And
Okay.
push his body off the end of your sword.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep. And hi.
Alrighty. Run up to that guy who kind of sees you come around the corner, and he like cracks his knuckles and puts his hands up in front of him ready to cast magic. That is... Oh, and that does bring it to their turn. So, the one here, he has to repeat the save at the end of his turn, because he can't do anything, because you can't make him attack anybody, but he can't attack you. Right?
So that's a weirdly specific spell. If he doesn't give him any instructions, he can act normally, but because he's charmed by Brahm, he can't act aggressively towards Brahm. Yeah.
So what he's gonna do is he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. But you do get an attack of opportunity as he like turns and runs from you, Brahm.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I'll just make it regular attack. Which is not going to do much if it even hits. Well, it was a 17 plus thing.
It will definitely hit.
Okay. So I'll give you 1d8 though. 10 points of damage from the rapier.
Alrighty, so he staggers as he runs from you, but he peels off, kind of pushing his, roughly shoves past the High Archivist and this other masked individual, and just sort of like runs around the corner of this bookshelf out of your line of sight. That would bring us to the one next to this one here, next to the High Archivist, is going to firebolt Brahm again. He's going to miss.
Oh, good.
Well, good and not good. As he misses, the firebolt hits the bookshelf behind you.
See, this is why fire is a bad thing in a library.
And it catches on fire. So, Brahm, this firebolt, like, you, like, duck out of the way, it streaks over your shoulder, and then you hear it, like, hit the old dried wood and paper of this bookshelf behind you, and there's just, like, an instantaneous, like, inferno that springs up. Immediately,
okay, cool.
you see the High Archivist. He turns and he like grabs the front of this guy's robes. You fool! Why would you not be more careful? And kind of like shakes him and then just like throws him back a half a step.
I like that the fire even has like a lighting effect.
Yeah.
It's lighting up Brahm with color. So that's something I'm going to need to move away from, right? Because it's just like an active fire.
It is an active fire. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he is going to shoot a firebolt back at you as he backs away. He crits with a firebolt on Alar.
Ouch.
Okay, dodge.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's neat. Can...
So you would
Oh,
have
clever.
taken 14 points of damage. You will instead take 7 fire damage. He lances this firebolt into you. Alrighty, that is those guys' turn, which brings us back to Walter.
There's something I want to do, but I can't. Because it's not something that can be done in the context of the spell. All right. How bad is that fire right now?
Pretty bad. The whole bookshelf is on fire.
And we are definitely on cobblestone. It's not.
It is stone floor,
All right.
but there is paper all over the floor in here, especially in this area because this is where Brahms and Tangle was.
Oh no. Whew. All right, I'm gonna walk up just behind the fire.
Okay. You are toasty.
And I'm gonna yell at the Hierarchivist. You can surrender now, or I can do something really dumb to this room.
Okay, make a intimidation.
I was gonna say I was gonna give him bardic inspiration, but it's not my turn.
No.
Intimidation check
Yes.
is this. That is a 16.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how he handles that.
All right. I'm going. Can I hold an action?
Yeah.
To do something. Cool. I'm going to hold an action to cast Gust on the fire.
Okay.
In a this away direction.
Sure.
The original intent was to put it out, but it's now a threat.
Sure.
So we'll see what happens.
Alrighty. As your turn ends, you hear a sharp intake of breath from behind you, and it's and you kind of look, and Torian is staring at the fire on this bookshelf with kind of this slack-jawed expression on his face. And after a second or two, he sort of pulls himself together and raises his voice so that all of you can hear him as he says, "I know which one this is now." He points at the High Archivist at the other end of the room. He says, "If there's any hope to salvage this version, we need something that he has. He cannot be allowed to leave here alive."
Okay.
He is going to he's going to start moving. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. He just starts dead sprinting in this direction. And you hear him sort of yell over the bookshelves, over the kind of growing roar of this fire. He yells something that sounds like it might have been the library is destined to burn. And that is going to be his turn, which will bring us to Brahm.
Hold on, I want to see which one of these I want to do.
Football tackle the Archivist.
That's well. Yeah, I was looking between two spells that do the similar things, so I'm gonna pull out Bianca again, And I'm going to cast Fly on myself.
Okay.
And I am going to then dash, because the Fly gives me a movement speed of 60 feet.
Yep.
So I'm going to dash to him, knowing full well that if I get to the bubble, I'm probably going to, land on my face, so I'm not going to fly, too high off the ground.
Sure.
So I'm essentially going to, try and fly tackle him, knowing full well that the flight is probably going to deactivate when I commit. So I'm trying to use my momentum to slam into him.
Interesting. Yeah, I would interpret that the way that is written, yes, I think you essentially boom, strike this note on the band door, and then sling it over your back as you float up into the air, and then Superman fly.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
And right as your body passes the threshold of this barrier, the fly spell just deactivates.
Yeah, so I still have the momentum.
Right. So you're no longer flying. You're now just a projectile.
A human missile.
You're falling with style.
Yeah. Brahm has become a human missile.
He's gonna make a dexterity save to try and get out of the way of this. And he is going to fail. So you just
yeah, bitch.
collide into him. Let's have him make a strength save.
That makes up for the cool thing I tried to do entering this room.
He does make the strength save, so you don't flatten him, but you do smash into him, and now he's sort of tangled up in you.
Would I be able to grapple him, or is that a second technically another action?
We'll essentially, for all intents and purposes, we'll call him grappled at this point.
Okay, cool.
He's just not knocked prone by you hitting him. Okay.
Is his current spell a concentration spell?
He didn't take damage, so it wouldn't matter.
That's fair. Yeah.
He didn't take damage from a giant 6'3" orc,
projectile orc,
an orc missile.
Had you been coming from a greater height, maybe, but just straight on, I think the body slam grapple is effective enough for our custom attack here. Okay, anything else, Brahm?
Yeah, I think. Hold on.
The held action of this that this cultist has been holding on his turns is going to go off, but if you finish your deal first.
I think, yeah, as a bonus action, I think I can make an actual attack. Because I have a bonus actions in combat. 2-weapon fighting.
I think for that one you have to have...
I'd have to have already hit him?
You have to have made an attack already.
Made a weapon attack and be holding 2 weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to cast... Bardic Inspiration on myself.
Okay.
In case whatever fuckery is gonna come out of this guy, it gives me a chance to defend myself.
Well, the fuckery does cometh, though it doesn't cometh from him immediately. It actually comes from the guy on his left first, as he's been holding an action on each of his turns here. And that action has basically been if somebody gets up into the sphere here, he's gonna cast a spell.
Is it a charm?
It is not.
Damn it! I was gonna say maybe we could actually use Bardic Counter Charm for once.
Where are we at here? Area within is excluded. Yes. Okay. So he can do this. So to make sure, you basically missile yourself into as you come flying in, this guy's held action goes off, and he throws both of his hands out like this, and they both glow bright red and then bursts into flame, and a cone of fire just like erupts out in front of him, which you basically fly through it as you're so the band door is magical, so that's okay. I don't think you have anything necessarily flammable on you right now.
No.
So it's not like you are now like an on fire half orc that hits the archmage.
Don't
That would have
you-
been kind of cool.
Like, so canonically, don't you carry a copy of like some sort of like erotic novel or something like that?
Yeah, the Shining Dream Journal.
Uh,
You know what I
we don't-
should have done?
We don't know what's on him right now. You guys sort of rushed out in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be
I
something.
assume,
You know what I
assume you're
should
not
have
carrying
done?
all of your like everything you own.
You know what I should have done? I don't think I could have because I dodged. I should have done the Superman fly and then used the helmet, but I think that's too much. I don't think I could have done it at the same. I don't think I could have done it at the same time after dashing.
I need you to make a dexterity save at disadvantage.
And I'm going to use my bardic inspiration.
Okay.
A
basically,
dex save, you said?
Dexterity save at disadvantage, because you're like you don't really have control over yourself. You're just sort of like flying through this.
Be a 25.
Whoa. Okay.
A disadvantage? What?
I rolled 2 16s and then I rolled the d8.
Okay.
And I have a +6 to dex.
So what,
Dex saving throws.
Walter, you have kind of the best view of this. What you see is like Brahm basically missiles himself as he's coming in. This dragon masked cultist throws out both of his hands, and this roiling cone of fire shoots out from them. It actually, like, almost as if it was like the invisible barrier of this guy's spell, like the cone of fire like laps up against this, like containing it inside, and then Brahm just goes straight into it. Brahm, you are moving fast enough that like it's sort of like passing your hand over a candle quickly enough. You don't get the full force of like being wreathed in fire. You are still going to take 7 points of fire damage as you like comet through this guy's spell, and collide with the archmage. So that was the held action, and now it is their turn. So they're gonna go again. He's going to. Let's see. He's basically going to do the same thing to you a second time here. He basically like interjects his like hands between you and the high archivist that you're like sort of grappling with, and then just like blasts this cone of fire in your direction. So go ahead and make another dex save. Not at disadvantage this time, since you're on the ground. Uh-oh.
That's gonna be
Make sure we're still live. My browser said we had
20, not natural.
20. Okay, so you do save again, so you will take another 7 points of fire damage. All right, you are singed. And then Alar, another firebolt is coming in your direction. That is a 19.
That'll hit.
For 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
That is their turn. Oh, is this other guy making his saves, by the way, Russell? At the end of each of his turns, like, what's his Crown of Madness thing? Because
at the end of his turn, he has to make the save.
okay, so he didn't. I forgot to make it last time. He fails. So he's not near anybody, so he should be able to act normally again this turn, which means he can also
Should I have rolled at any point to keep concentration when I took damage?
Yes.
I took damage twice. You want me to roll twice?
Roll twice. DC is 10 each time.
10 and 12, so I keep the thing up.
So you're fine. The second firebolt that this guy shoots at Alar as he's like inflicted with this crown of madness, goes wild, misses, and
oh, good. Don't tell me.
Starts another fire.
Huh. Okay.
Alrighty. And as it's been one round since this one started, it gets bigger. Walter, you are now in danger of like being inside this fire as it begins to spread to the like paper and things around the area here.
Oh, don't worry, I'll make it worse as soon as this guy responds.
Alrighty. Well, it is that guy's turn. So he sees like these fires have started. He kind of heard Idrian yell. He heard your threat. And Brahm, you're probably the only person close enough to really hear this, and he almost says it like to you as you're sort of like wrestling with him. He goes, truly a pity that it had to come to this. And he reaches into his like robes as he's sort of fending you off one arm, and he pulls out a dagger. And as you look at it, as he pulls it out, and you kind of look at it, you do like a double take for a second, as at first you think it's Kel's dagger that you had seen Kel and then Nula travel with for since you had met him. But you realize it's not quite the same. It is this like phenotypic is too scientific a word for this. In shape, it's the same like in shape and form, but the one that he has is like onyx black, whereas Kel's was more like burnished, like brasses with some like silver and platinum inlays into it. He takes this out, and instead of you kind of like brace yourself for like this is not your first rodeo with a close range knife fight. You prepare to defend yourself, but he actually doesn't make an attempt to attack you with the knife. He brings it and he drags it across his opposite hand. And as soon as he does that, you see the line of blood appear, kind of begin to seep out. But then you see immediately the wound like roils with like heat and flame, and there's like a gross smell of cooked meat as the wound just like cauterizes itself, and the High Archivist begins to like change in form. You like basically feel beneath your hands his like he begins to like become more muscular, and he actually gets an inch or two taller, and his face begins to be like warped. It gets like a little bit longer. His nose becomes kind of less pronounced. His eyes kind of become more angular and slant outward, and his pupils turn to reptilian slits, and his skin takes on this sort of scaly quality to it. And this part is spoken loud enough for the rest of you to see, or to rest of you to hear. As he says, "You had the opportunity to walk away. You should have taken it. It is a shame. But what we have been doing cannot leave here on your lips. You must all die now."
Oh, that triggers my
Oh,
my spell. So I'm gonna cast Gust and blow all this burning stuff this away.
Yep.
So just
Where are we in the initiative? How far are we away from my next turn?
We are 2 people past you, so it was you, the cultists, and now the archmage.
Okay. Because what I want to do next probably is not gonna
Yep, that happened.
matter by the time we
It's on real fire in here.
Oh, goody.
And you actually see like the flames begin to like the embers and stuff are now hitting like the rafters in the upper portion of this building, and like that's starting to catch. It's getting toasty. So that is the Archmage's turn. That is Walter's held action, and that does bring us to Alar.
All right. The closer of the 2 spellcasters along this aisle gets to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. That is a. It's a 15.
Okay, then absolutely nothing happens, and Alar will mutter a curse, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Alrighty. Sprinting into action.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
Is that bubble still up?
Yes.
Okay.
Though as you found out firsthand, it does not pass things from physically passing from one side to the other. It just keeps spell effects from like.
So that means I can't do jack shit in here.
You're inside. You can do spells to him now that you're inside.
Okay. I thought it was just like the bubble cancels all spells.
No,
okay.
no. The bubble.
Thank God.
Keeps
I was gonna say I can't even dimension door away at that point.
No, you can cast spells in here if you want to.
Good.
Okay. That is Alar's turn, which brings us to this guy, who steps up and takes a swing with his scimitar. That is a 13 plus 3. So a 16 to hit Brahm, I believe, will hit, right?
Yeah.
You are going to take
oh boy,
a whopping 2 points of slashing damage.
Oh, okay, thank God.
Alrighty. That's the end of his turn, and it is Walter's turn again.
Yeah, right. Okay, so quick brief look to the not on fire books to my left. I can't ping. I don't remember what the ping is. What the hell is ping? Whatever. Do they look like old, rare, valuable books, or is it just more fishing books?
Make a investigation check.
It
is going to. It's going to be your action to like.
That's fine. It's 20.
Okay. It doesn't. They're not river fishing books. But like you don't get the sense that this is like the secret vault of all the super rare, invaluable, like magical tomes of all times.
Right.
It just seems to be like books and documents of obviously like enough importance to have stored them down in the archives here. But there's nothing that like jumps out to you as being particularly like incredibly valuable.
All right. I'm just, I guess, if as part of that action I can like grab a book.
Sure.
I'm just gonna grab one, then I'm gonna head this way around the back. I think this is, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 30 feet. Right.
It is.
Yep. And then I'll just throw a book in my inventory of just. Add item. Book. 1 book.
Tori and Adrian is going to cast Fly on himself for his turn, as things have like gone out of hand here. He's going to get up high in the chamber here, and it's just like seems to be like preparing for something. That's his turn. Brom, it is your turn.
Thank God. Is he still grappled, or is he broken free at this
He
point?
is grappled. He has not attempted to break free from you.
Well, at this point, I'm gonna bitch slap him with a bestow curse.
Okay.
And
he is going to counterspell you.
Son of a bitch. So that's it. Just nothing happens. Or does there have to a roll
what
that has to
level
be
is
made?
counterspell? Or what level is bestow curse, rather?
I was casting it at 4th level.
Then he has to make a check to see if he can successfully counterspell. So you're casting at 4th level.
Yeah, because it makes it last for 10 minutes.
Spellcasting ability. Okay. He rolls a 12, and his spellcasting ability is +9. So he successfully counterspells your bestow curse. You begin to lay this hand on him and try to pump this magic into him, and he just slaps your hand aside, and you feel like an inverse wave of magical energy just dissipates your curse before it lands on him.
See how many times he can do that. But I guess that's all I can really do. Oh, fuck it. I'll cast Bardic Inspiration on Alar.
Okay.
Just to do something.
Thanks.
Alar, please don't let me die!
Where is Alar?
He's right. He's coming up on me.
Right behind you.
Which is why I went with him over.
Okay.
Where'd Torian go?
He's up on that pillar.
Okay, the cultist, the guy to his left here, is going to cast a scorching ray at Alar. Scorching ray, firebolt at Alar.
Wait, am I in the effect?
You're not in the effect. So he's still going to cast it, but it hits the effect and dissipates before it gets you. At least that's how I'm reading this spell.
Okay.
I can argue.
Benny, you're on the other side of the river.
Look who has all the camels.
Oh, I didn't disconnect at all. What are you talking about?
It said you were disconnected.
Well, it is a lie.
You're disconnected from my game.
And mine.
It's probably only a matter of time before your
Yep.
system catches up with the rest of the...
Yeah, I've pooped.
Save. No, I didn't do it fast enough. Damn it.
Did Steam crash? Well, look, at this point, we kind of know where we were.
I'm right up in that guy's ass, so I know where I am.
Dang it.
Yes, Steam has...
Can I fix this by...
Steam has...
Kind of in the game?
Yep, Steam servers are down.
Awesome. At least it's Steam and not like Twitch.
Okay. We're back.
No.
Okay, I saved the...
I am here.
So if we do get dropped, it'll be good.
All right.
Oh, mine opened already back up, I guess. Mine never crashed somehow.
Okay, so...
This room looks wrong somehow.
You look wrong somehow.
Shouldn't.
That's right, I said it.
Let's see. Where?
I think the table background color changed. Maybe that's what you're...
No,
It could be.
what? I can't tell if you're messing with me or not. This is a
No, I don't
totally
think
true.
that. I don't think the table was green.
No, the table was definitely different before this. It was a red circular table.
Yeah. See, I was so zoomed in, I never. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking. Yeah. It's just the table is clipping.
Okay.
It's not important.
So, in any event, I'm actually, as I'm like rereading the spell these casts, I don't actually know if it prevents him from casting this spell out at you the way I was kind of doing it with the cone. It's not the way we will do that. However, is I can do it this way because he is going on the same he's going back to back with the Archmage.
Okay.
So he'll hold his action because on the Archmage's turn, the Archmage is dropping this spell.
Oh, okay.
And the Archmage is going to he's going to once again he does that same motion. This time, however, I need both Brahm and Alar to make the charisma save.
Okay, and it's a D8 for the Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah.
So that is a 20.
Okay.
It was a charisma save?
Charisma save.
Well, it was a 15 plus 7, so I'm sure it's...
Yeah, okay, you're both fine. Alrighty. He sort of... Oh, what is this? Is this a... Check this here. Is an action?
Right, the issue was on my end.
Yeah, okay. So... That is his turn. The apprentice cultist guy here with the magic abilities is going to use a firebolt against Alar, which is a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
And will deal 6 points of fire damage.
Okay, uncanny dodge.
Alrighty. This guy over here is going to 5, 10, 15, 30, or 25 rather. 30. Here, and then this guy, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So both Brahm and Alar are both going to get firebolted again. So Brahm, it's an 18 plus stuff against you, and Alar, that's only a 9. So it'll miss Alar. Brahm, you will take 7 additional points of fire damage.
Oh boy, slowly chipping away.
These two cultists, basically. This guy kind of like clambers over a starting to burn stack of shelves, like crashes into line of sight, and then just fire bolts at you. Actually, it's the other way around. Because this guy has to attack Alar, and this guy can attack Brahm. Because this guy can't attack Brahm, because he's still Crown of Madness. And he, what's the spell save?
15.
Okay, so he is still Crown of Madness. Alrighty. That is both of their turns.
Did I take that 7 damage or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Just from this guy instead of this guy.
Got it.
And then Alar was missed with his. And that is going to bring us to Alar.
Okay. 5, 10. And I'm going to take a stab at the Archmage.
Okay.
Casting Booming Blade. Oh, that's a 25 to hit.
Oh, yeah. That is.
And 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of those. So 15, and so he takes 25 points of piercing damage, and he takes 8 points of thunder damage.
Okay. Alright.
Takes 8 points to shut the hell up.
Stab into him. He did not care for that. But he is still on his feet.
Of course he is.
You do notice as you stab into him, the thunder damage, no problem. Actually, I guess this is a question here. The piercing component of your attacks with that booming blade, is that considered magical?
That is a good question. Hang on, let me double check the spell. For the action spell, you must cast a melee attack against one creature in range. Otherwise, the spell fails on a hit, suffers normal effects, but it becomes sheathed in booming energy. No, it says nothing about it becoming magical.
Okay, so you notice that like this, he's got this kind of like slightly now graying, like kind of scaly looking skin, and as you like stab your rapier into him, his like physical body seems to be like hardened against your attack, and you don't manage to like really drive the sword home as much as you would hope. He still does like grimace in pain as you hit him, but it is not as forceful as you would have hoped.
Poop.
That is anything else for your turn?
Nope, that is it.
Okay. I'm gonna reposition you guys so that everybody's actually in some squares here. Okay. This guy steps this way. I lied. That guy doesn't step that way. That guy just attacks Braum. That is only a it's either a 9 or a 10. I don't think it's not going to matter either way. So that guy will miss Braum.
Cool.
Okay. And now it is Walter's turn.
Sprint to here. Oh, I died.
Sprints there. Yep.
He's gonna sprint right around.
He starts himself too hard and he faints.
I'm gonna sprint to like the end of the hall
Okay.
here.
Alrighty.
I swear, if you don't stay still, there you go. All right.
That is Walter's turn. Torian Idrian for his action. He is going to
dash.
magic missile at second level is 4, right? He's gonna magic missile at 7th level. He basically, from his vantage point up there, just like unloads a barrage of magic missiles into these guys. So at 7th level, each level above first. So it's okay. So I guess that's each guy should be able to take 3 missiles there, right? Let's see. Okay, so this guy takes
so much damage.
This guy takes 8 points of damage. This guy takes guy takes 14 points of damage and is erased from existence. And then this guy takes... This guy takes 11 points of damage. These two guys are still on their feet, but they look extremely the worse for wear. And after the magic missiles finish, just like pelting into these from up in the air, Torian just goes, "Oh, balls! I haven't done this in a while. Sorry, I thought I'd clear the field a little, finish them off, and we can deal with this bastard." That is his turn. So that brings us to Brahm.
What are the chances that you'll be able to do that again? Pretty good, right?
I'd say it's pretty good.
So, where's the guy who had the crown of madness on him?
He's this guy.
He's that guy.
Yep, he still has it.
It's not really in range.
He's not in range to attack anybody.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna dispel Crown of Madness on that guy and cast it on that guy. What just happened? Oh.
The room begins to fill with smoke.
Oh.
Okay, so you're dropping your magic and
Casting it on the guy right next to the Archivist.
okay. So he will make a Wisdom save, and he will get a 3.
Good.
He's now crazy.
So on his next turn, he has to attack.
Yes, which is right now.
What's his face? Oh, good.
He has to attack, or he has to make a save or attack?
No, he has to.
He has to attack,
and he makes a save at the end of his turn.
Gotcha. Okay, so he will. What the hell even weapon does this guy have? Let's see. He's got a dagger. Yes. This guy turns and tries to stab the arch guy. What is he? High Archivist. And he rolls a 5 and misses.
Oh!
But that's his turn. Which does free this guy up to go like this, and then cast Burning Hands directly into you guys. So I need dex saves from the two of you.
Natural 20. Making it 26.
Okay.
22.
All right, you guys both save. So you would have taken 15 points of damage. You will instead take 7. I see. Burning Hands.
What was it?
7 points of fire damage.
Man, I've just been taking 7 points of fire damage right in the face.
This
round
guy
after
does
round.
this guy notices that Tori and Adrian is up there, so this guy's gonna firebolt at Tori and Adrian. That's
If Torian's going to do something, it's time to do it.
that will hit. Tori and Adrian will take 1 point of fire damage. Alrighty, that is their turn, and now it is the now it is High Archivist Marcus's turn. He is going to this is a bonus action, right? Yes. He's going to use a bonus action. And he basically, there's just like a royal of like smoke surrounds him. He disappears and reappears like this. Jesus Christ. This guy can go over here for now, I guess. Is there something in this space? Oh, there's like invisible hovering books in this space that we have. Okay, we're gonna shuffle everybody up like one space, and that'll be where everyone is.
I think the lift is set too high. Set the lift height all the way down.
No, that's not a thing.
Christ.
There you go. It's these things. These books are in the way, and they're
Oh, and they have a hitbox that's obscene.
They have a hitbox that's messing stuff up. So we're just gonna we'll just shove everybody up one row here.
Cute.
This guy is here. Alar's. What is happening? Good God.
Oh, is it the smoke?
Might be the smoke. All right. Gonna. Delete the smoke for a minute.
It was the smoke this whole time.
Then I need both Brahm and Alar to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh.
As there's no way that he could know this. But for all of our sakes, I think he probably
I know what's happening.
Misty steps into this spot and goes, I think that looks like a line. And
Oh,
throws
no.
his hands out directly in front of him.
Okay, that is a 20, not natural.
Okay.
Dex save, right?
Dexterity save.
19.
Okay, you do both save, you will take half damage. You will take half of 27 points of damage.
So 13.
Yes, you'll each take 13 points of lightning damage.
Oh, that's bad. I'm down to 6 hit points.
Okay, that is his turn. And that brings us to Alar.
Right. So
This guy can make his Crown of Madness save, which he succeeds on, finally.
Son of a whore. No, it's a different guy now.
Well, okay, this guy succeeds on his first try then.
Okay, I will take that 5-foot step to put me here.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and stab him again and cast Booming Blade.
Alrighty.
18.
That definitely hits.
What's that for the rapier? Okay, so the piercing damage is 10. The thunder damage is 6.
Okay. Alrighty. You stab him again. Ah. Grimaces. Kind of keeps on his feet and he says, "You cannot leave here alive." Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Okie dokie. Then that brings us to this guy. Nope, this guy. Who does his darndest and takes a stab at Alar with his scimitar. That is a 14.
That will hit.
Oh, shit, okay. He will deal a whopping... Oh, it's 13,
Nope.
not 14. Does that miss?
That misses.
That misses.
Say no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
You are able to sidestep the blade as he swings it at you. Okay, that is his turn. Brings us to Walter.
Eldritch Blast these two.
Alrighty, roll the hit.
Left one. 20 to hit.
Yup.
Right one. Fuck. 10 to hit.
He is out of spell slots. Yes, that hits.
Left one. 2 points of force damage and 10 feet into the other guy. Right one. 7 points of force damage and 10 feet this way.
Okay. How much was this for this guy?
7.
7. Okay, he is dead. Yeah.
So he just ragdolls to victory. And this guy only took 2. So this is only
he's still alive, but he kind of like thumps into the High Archivist. Alrighty. That is their turn.
Bonus action.
Or Walter's turn, rather. Anything else?
I'm out of things to do.
Alrighty. Torian Idrian is going to cast a chromatic orb at
Rave lights.
seventh level. The High Archivist is going to try and counterspell it. He does successfully. Okay, so Torian creates this rapidly changing orb of arcane elemental energy between his hands. Before he can hurl it in the direction of the High Archivist, just sends out a counter wave of magic, and the orb fizzes out in his hands. And just from up in the air, he goes, "Damn it!" That is his turn. Mark off his spell slots. Okay, he's done that. Alright, so he's out of... Okay. Alrighty. Brom, you are up.
Okay. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Okay.
On Alar.
Oh,
So
thank
you'll
you.
get 17 hit points back.
Thank you.
Don't really think there's anything else I want to do. So yeah, and that's it.
Okay. Cast your Cure Wounds. It is this guy's turn. He flings a Scorching Ray in Walter's direction. Or a Firebolt, rather. But that's only going to be a 9, so that will go wide.
How wide is wide? Because I am surrounded by flammable things.
It is roughly that wide. The bookshelf next to you catches fire.
Outstanding.
Well, there goes that escape route.
It's not over yet.
Okay. That is his turn. And that brings us to High Archivist Marcus, who is going to Misty Step a second time. Here. And he goes... and practically looks like he unhinges his jaw. And very similar to a maneuver you have seen Newly use on numerous occasions, he unleashes a draconic breath weapon at you.
Okay.
I need a dex save from both of you.
19.
Okay.
Also a 19. No, 20, not natural.
Okay, you will both save. You will take half damage. What level is he? Yeah, okay. So that is... so the full damage there would have been 17 points of acid damage. You guys will take half. So you'll take 8 points of acid damage.
Thank you again for that cure spell. That is the difference between me up and me down.
Yeah, if I live till next round, I had to do it on myself because I have 3 hit points.
Ouch.
Don't worry, LR, I can get you up.
That is that is what he does. He kind of is like sort of surveying the room, seeing you guys. He says, "Absolutely a waste. If we all have to die down here in an inferno, so be it." That is the end of his turn, bringing us to Alar.
Okay. 5-foot step over here.
Okay.
There. And here we go again. 18.
That will hit.
Stabbing the crony or the archivist?
Archivist.
Gotcha.
I want to put him down. So that's 25 points of piercing damage, and Misty Step does not kick off
No.
Booming Blade, of course. I'm not that lucky. But it does. But this new cast does 4 more points of thunder damage.
Okay, 4 more thunder damage. And what was the piercing?
25.
Okay. Alrighty. You just basically continue to you guys are just sort of kind of hopping around in this area, and you continue to weave through Brahm and this other guy after him, continuing to just stab into him each time he pops up in a new place. And that will bring us to nobody, because that guy's dead already. They're out of the initiative. I'll bring us to the top with Walter.
This guy.
Yes.
Is there any more fire behind him?
There's this. What do you mean more fire? There's all the fire behind him. This whole thing is on fire at this point.
All right. Well, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast 1, Eldritch Blast 2.
Okay.
Try to knock him back into the fire. All right. Close one on Alar is a 23 to hit, and far one is a 10 to hit.
Does this guy still have spell slots left? Let me get his thing pulled up. He does. This one throws up a shield and protects himself.
So the closer one is going to take 10 points of force damage and get yeeted into the sun.
He in Russell's new favorite joke, you hit him with the Eldritch Blast, and he goes,
My new favorite joke is the follow up, which is his last words were yuck.
Yeah, right before he turns into a pinprick of light in the sky, you just hear he is no more. Okay. That brings us to Tori and Adrian. who is burning high-level spell slots. It keeps getting counterspelled.
Oh shit. Sorry.
How dare you?
I'm just trying to put him back.
Don't you
He's
manhandle
gonna
my pawn.
fly this way. Imagine he's still up in the air. But he's going to fly this way, get a little further away, and he's going to chromatic orb at 5th level directly into this guy.
Say that guy already burned his reaction, so
That guy is... I don't even think I have to roll damage dice.
he burned his shield against Walter, so
Yeah.
get fudge. But he didn't say fudge.
I want fudge.
Oh, I actually have to roll the hit. Okay, so his 2 hit. Oh yeah, he's bugged. Okay, roll a.
It's gonna be more fire. Just like you know this in your heart. It's gonna be more fire.
2, 3, 4. It is 1, 2, 3. No, it is lightning damage. So he throws a. What's that Naruto move? Chidori. Throws one of those into this guy. Hits him with it, and he just like the other 2 guys are there. He's just like vaporized instantly, and he drops like a heaping burning lump to the ground. The fire basically continuing to spread. He's going to he actually will kind of lower himself down. It's getting too smoky for him to function up near the rafters here, so he's still in the air flying, but he's lower now. And that will bring us to Brahm.
Okay. Cure wounds on myself.
Alrighty.
Okay, that's going to be 20 points.
Nice.
No. That's all I'm going to do.
That's it. Done.
Yep. I'm not in imminent death.
Alrighty. Then it is just him at this point, which means he is now going to do this.
Check that spell.
He holds out both of his hands, and the last thing you guys see is a wave of magic rushes out in all directions from him, and passes over you, and then nothing for a second. And when you come back to consciousness, or I shouldn't say when you come back to consciousness, because this happens literally within the blink of an eye. Okay, here's what is going to take place. Roll that booming blade damage for me.
Okay. So that is 2d8. Come on, I need it. Hot damn, 15 points.
Nice. Okay. 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 Does that. His. I need Brom, Walter, and Alar all to make charisma saving throws.
That's only a 14.
Okay.
Sorry, one more time. Walter needs to make a charisma save.
Charisma save, yes.
26.
Okay.
Also 26, nat 20 plus 6.
Okay. The books are making this difficult. Put him like this. So, he casts this spell, and you see this wave of magical energy just like rush out from him, and then like the blink of an eye, like it's almost like you catch up to like a bunch of stuff that just happened. He's not standing in the same place as he was before. The room is a little different. There is a thunderous like crash from the far end of the room where you came in, and as like everything picks up again, you basically watch as this entire area just collapses, and there's like a huge scorch mark on the the stone, where like he definitely hit it with a spell and just like caved in the exit to here. And there is currently another lightning bolt extending from him past Brom and through Brom and Walter, and Alar pops out of existence, disappears.
Oh, goody.
You have been banished. So I need a dexterity save from Brom and Walter.
20, 18 plus 2.
Okay.
Me too.
Alright, so you both save. You will take half damage. I'm gonna speed this up with the calculator here. Dice roller. So you both succeeded, right?
Yep.
So you take half damage, which is 16 points of lightning damage.
Damage. Singed my coat. Best.
Alrighty, and that brings us to Alar's turn. So
All right.
Alar, you basically just find yourself in this like blank, white, empty void. and you basically just kind of find yourself like helplessly floating through this space, and there's really nothing apparent that you can do at this point.
Poop.
Alrighty, which brings us to Walter.
Well, he is definitely getting What do you think? Lich Slap or Eldritch Blast? He's gonna get blasted, yeah.
Okay.
Well, 1 nat 20, 26.
Okay.
2 19 plus 6
Both
is
of those
25.
will hit.
So I'm gonna roll the first one twice. 4 and 1 is 5 points for the crit. Boo. And the second one is another 1, so it's 5 points. Sorry, 1 more point.
6
So
points.
it's a total of 6 points, and he is getting bullied into the firewall.
Yeah, he is. He's going to take an additional 4 points of fire damage. He's looking pretty rough at this point. His robes are like ripped up, singed, smoldering a little bit. He's going to make a... he succeeds on that one, and he... is his con. He fails the second con save. Alar pops back into existence.
Oh, nice!
You break his concentration on banishment, and there's just kind of this sort of light, like, and Alar reappears in exactly the spot that he was a second ago. Anything else, Walter?
I think that's more than plenty.
Okay.
We're gonna actually. Nah, yeah, I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay.
Yep, pass turn.
Alrighty.
I can't believe I rolled 2 1s for that.
So,
Ugh.
Torian moves here. And he's holding his action. So he kind of is watching you guys finish, like, just sort of like finish him off. He doesn't really say anything or draw much attention to himself at this point. Braun, it is your turn.
Is that him right there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. What do I want to do? I am going to he probably can counterspell anything I throw at him, right?
Boy.
So in that case, we
Go
go
ahead.
with the fuck.
You can't
We go with
counterspell a rapier.
I was gonna say we go with the fuck it approach.
Alright, roll.
Okay. That's gonna be a 17 to hit.
I will hit.
7 points of damage, plus I'm going to do good old Psychic Blades.
Okay.
$13 points of psychic damage on top of that.
Alrighty. It is his turn. He just kind of bares his teeth at you, like the two of you, and he says, "It's too late. Let us all burn together." And he is going to cast Cone of Cold. 60-foot cone. So that is going to be all three of you guys. need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ugh.
16.
What? Nat 20 plus 2.
Nice.
So
17.
Alar fails. The other two succeed.
Thank God.
So Alar will take full damage, which is 31 points of damage.
I am down.
Oh boy.
You guys will take 15 apiece.
Oh boy. And now I'm not looking great either.
Some of the fire goes out a little bit.
Great.
In that one particular
Great!
area.
Awesome.
Okay, that is his turn. Alar, go ahead and make a death saving throw.
One saving throw made.
Alrighty, we have made a saving throw. Walter, that brings us to you. You see Alar has dropped unconscious to the ground.
I see Alar stand back up as I am casting Healing Word
Alrighty.
on him. He heals 4 HP. Well, I guess I imagine you're prone, but like you're alive again. And then I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
Eldritch Blast again.
Yeah.
It's only fun for me. Cool. 19 plus 5 is 25.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
So 25 to hit, and then 13 to hit.
13 damage. Or
13 to hit. So second beam is a
yes,
13.
The second one will hit.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, the first hit is 10 points of force damage, and he
Okay.
gets bumped into the yard.
Sure.
And the second one is another 10 points. I swear to freaking God. All right.
So you
I just
absolutely
unleash hell.
hammer of justice into him with these eldritch blasts, and basically all of you just see the High Archivist is just like his lifeless body is just blasted backwards, and like these bookshelves just like collapse on top of him in a burning heap. He is no more.
All right, I am going to scramble to my feet, heading toward that knocked over bookshelf, and yell at Idrian, "What do we need from him?"
He's kind of like he's sort of like swooping in towards you. He's like, dagger, the dagger.
Okay, Alar will, go over his corpse, grab the dagger, and make a quick investigation check. There might be
Sure.
Something else.
Go ahead and make that investigation check. Also, make a sleight of hand to try and like get at.
We're out of initiative, right?
You were out of initiative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so investigation 25, sleight of hand 22.
Alrighty. So you managed to get that dagger. You managed to do it without burning yourself. You don't find anything else of any particular interest on the High Archivist. You managed to pull his coin purse, which has some quantity of gold in it. You don't really have the time to like count it at the moment. But you managed to pull. You hear the kind of jingle of coins, and you get that obsidian sort of dragon dagger and its sheath from within his robes. And it is at this point that you guys see the exit to this area is blocked. The fire is spreading, and as you look, you can see the upper portions of the rafters above, leading up to the higher levels of the library, have ignited and are now burning as well. The smoke is steadily working its way down, filling up the space.
You get 15 hit points back.
I am going
Sorry.
to.
I cure wounds on you.
Who? Me?
And on you. Yeah, I have 15 on you, and then I cure wounds on myself for 17. So
Okay.
that's the last of my third level slots, and I have one second level slot left.
I'm gonna grab one of the nicer masks from the stronger dudes.
Okay.
And just yank it off his head.
Sure. You can add a Cult of the Dragon mask to your inventory.
I am going to take out my Harley Quinn mask and Mantle of Whispers, the archivist, head archivist.
Okay, cool.
Just in case we need that.
Alrighty.
Okay, Brahm, you still have Dimension Door.
Yes, I do.
How many people can you take?
Just one, myself and somebody else.
Damn.
Adrian kind of like hits the ground. His fly spell dissipates. He lands. He goes, I breathed in smoke. It's fine. Quickly, come here.
Up to him.
And as the group of you gather around Adrian, that is where we will end tonight's session. As the Mithlindian Royal Library burns.
All right, this is.
Oh, that's depressing.
Thank you guys for playing with me tonight. Thank you at home, anybody who stuck with us and watched. I saw a couple people in chat there at some point. Let me give a shout out to our sponsors. Of course, Little Dragon Corp, who sponsors all of us here at Proficiency Bonus, purveyors of beautiful gaming dice and other tabletop RPG items, games, paraphernalia for gaming. You can check them out at littledragoncorp.com. You can type !Little Dragon in the chat to get a link to their website. And if you do decide to buy anything from them, you can use our promo code Pro Bonus at checkout to receive a discount on your order. Thank you for sticking with us. We will be right back here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel here on Proficiency Bonus. For the next episode of Delve Requisite. Be sure to head over to YouTube. We are on YouTube at youtube.com. Actually, if you just search Unstoppable Pigeon on YouTube, you will find us. You can find all of our back episodes of Tabletop Legends and now Delve Requisite there, as well as a bunch of other content that we have begun to create and put out for your eyeball and ear hole viewing pleasure. Gross. So, thank you for sticking with me tonight.
Bravo Pigeon, pleasure for all your holes.
Gross. Super gross. Anyway.
Well, demonetized.
Demonetized and
banned.
Good night.